Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Grandma. It's Kim and my co-host,
Grandma Gail.
We are joined by Zach. He was a finalist on Love Island 2023. Here in the US, we are obsessed, which I want to hear what Zach thinks about that, because I know it's huge in the UK, but the fact that they are well known worldwide is such a crazy concept. But Zach, thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having me.
Do you want to be called Zach or Zachariah?
Zach's perfect.
Okay.
Zach's perfect. Zach is perfect.
Good, good.
Okay, so we first ask all of our guests their age, relationship status, and where they live.
Okay, so age 26, relationship status, I'm a taken man, as most people probably know. And do you say what area I'm from?
Yes.
So London, England, or Greenwich to be a bit more specific.
Well, we've been to Greenwich. That's where the time zone, right? We stepped over on one side. We're on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
I don't think
you weren't there. I took your brother over there.
Oh,
Such a good area. Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm a huge fan of the show. Grandma Gail has actually never watched the show, so I think this is going to be an interesting conversation.
Okay, good. There you go.
But basically, Zach left with Molly. He's in a relationship. And you were in there for like 2 months in the villa, right?
Yeah, so I was in there for the entirety of the show. It's sort of just like a show where they get a bunch of people from various parts of the country. And everyone's single, and you go into an island, and the objective is to try and meet somebody whilst you're in there. And whilst the show progresses, more people come in, and that's sort of what the show is. And I went in on the first night, and I was in there for quite a long time, 2 months. I came to New York not too long ago as well, and as you were saying, it was shocking to see how much of like the USA, or like just when I was in New York, really recognized us and saw us and knew who we were. It was shocking to see, if I'm honest with you.
Oh, absolutely.
It's worldwide, I guess.
Yes. No, it is. And basically, Zach was like a bombshell. So they had the original people there, and then he walks in, and everyone's supposed to be like, this is the kind of guy to mess things up.
I definitely did as well.
Yeah.
I definitely messed it up a little bit while I was in there. But it was
Zach,
a really...
how did you start? What motivated you to go on this show? I mean, how did it come about? Give us a little background.
So I think the first thing is like when you live in England, there isn't really too much TV shows going on that like everyone will tune in and watch. And Love Island just happens to be one of those shows. And it was a show that I used to watch when I was a bit younger with my mum, and I always sort of said, "Oh, I'm gonna get on this show one day." And she's like, "Nah, you won't," whatever, like that. And I think what happened is I was just sort of chilling one day, and I got a random message into my Instagram, and it was just, "Would you be interested in doing a dating show?" But as I've clicked onto the link, I saw it said ITV. I weighed up the options of what sort of shows could be on ITV, took a gamble with Love Island, and just went along with it. And then I was quite surprised with the actual process of getting onto the show. It's quite a long process. But I'd say just the motivations to do it was just, one, I'm a single man.
Right, you're having fun.
Getting locked on an island with single women.
Could be worse.
It doesn't sound too bad.
No,
exactly.
With a lot of pretty girls in a villa, it sounds awfully good.
Yeah, like it does sound a bit like paradise, as you'd say. And just from a fan aspect, it's nice to do something that I've watched with my mum. Again, it's giving my friends and my mum some entertainment while I'm in there. Multiple reasons, and it's just one of those things where I think we only live once, might as well do the most. And it was an incredible experience.
Right. So, now you stay on the island the whole time until you're either asked to leave, or you don't ever leave, like in between.
If you go on a date, you get to leave sometimes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it's like you're in there completely. Like
right.
You're not allowed.
Immersed.
Yeah, like completely. But there is times when if you're with someone or you get chosen to go on a date, you do get taken out of the villa. You get to go to a location of some kind and enjoy a glass or two of prosecco, and
so sounds great.
But it is interesting because there is all this production like behind the scenes that we don't really get to see as viewers. Like one of the things that I heard is you guys can't be filmed when you're actually having your meals, right? And the guys and the girls are kind of separated.
Yeah, so we're separated like during lunch and dinner, and
That's interesting. What's
yeah,
the reasoning behind that?
No, you know, I feel like it's just so conversations don't get have, and like they're able to just put everything into the show that they want, because it's like I've heard in past seasons when they wasn't putting these precautions in, like they'd lose out on certain footage, or just because I think that, and it is nice to have that downtime when you're in there,
away
like,
from everybody.
yeah, like if you're in there for a week or two, it's not so bad, like you question it, but once you're in there for that full fifth, sixth week, you want it, like you want that time to just sit there and just think about nothing other than nothing, like that's what you want.
That's a good point. I think people are so interested to hear though, like what part of the show was actually produced, like what's real, what's not. Were there ever moments where you're like, oh, this is actually annoying because I would have acted differently if the producers didn't kind of get involved?
No, you know, I think ultimately it's always your decision, like how you want to go about things. I think you do have to remember you are on like a drama show of some kind, so it's like you need to like keep that aspect of it. Yeah, like you need to be aware of that. Yeah, you need a bit of controversy anyway, but
yeah,
I think everything is always your choice, and I think sometimes the way they try and they talk to you, and it's like the drama, you like it as well. So it's their 10th season. It's not their first rodeo. They know what they're doing.
So they know how to get the personalities at their best.
Yeah, like they know how to hype you up. Like it's not like that. It's not like you have to follow a certain line or a script of some kind. It's like everything you do is always your choice on there, which is what's good about it. Because I questioned it a little bit beforehand. Like it was nice to see how real it actually was.
Right. And there's things that you just obviously wouldn't be doing in real life. For example, Grandma, I don't know if you know this, but all the couples sleep in the same room together.
The couples,
they sleep in the bed with their partner right away. And
this is not according to Grandma. This is no good.
And everyone's in the same room. They're going to sleep at the same time. They're waking up at the same time. Zach, why does everyone just put their sunglasses on in the morning?
Imagine being in like a pitch black room, and then like you get woken up with UV lights. Like it's like in the split, like they really do just turn on, and it's like, I'll be honest, majority of the time, like when you see me in sunglasses, it's my eyes are closed. I'm still sleeping. But it's like it's my camouflage. It's my way of saying, you can't prove my eyes aren't open, right?
Now I want to ask you a question about that. Now this is getting now I'm getting a little curious. What happens? Do they pick your partner, or do you pick the person you want to be in the bed with? Right away. Let's say you're going in the first week and you're just meeting people. Is it a random selection of partnerships, or do you have some kind of, you like somebody right away and you think that would be a good partner? Who makes that decision? You or the producers?
I think on the very first day, the public decided. So like they just saw who would be who looked the most suited. Yeah, like so who looked the most suited. And then after that, it'll get split. So it's like sometimes the boys will pick first, and like so all the girls will line up, and then each boy stands up and picks who they want to couple up with. But like when it's such early days, it's like it's everyone's sort of game, because it's like me and Molly didn't even get to really share a bed with each other for a while when we was talking, because people was picking me,
stealing them.
Right.
Yeah, people are getting to pick me before we actually got to each other. But
is she ever jealous of that? Was she ever, now does she ever say to you, why didn't you pick me first? Or why didn't, I mean, is that an issue, or it doesn't, she understands?
Nah, she understands. Okay. We are on Love Island. Yeah, it's just part of the show. And it's I think sometimes going through those sort of struggles where it's just like you're trying to be with somebody, but someone's trying to get in the way, or someone's picking you. It's like you need those little foundation testers just to see where we're at. Because if that is happening and somehow we're still wanting to come together when there's someone else showing interest, it's a good thing.
Molly is also so chill. Like, at least from watching, that's what it seems like. She's not one of those girls who are like really picky and high maintenance about certain things. I mean, have you found that to be the case in the real world, Zach? Or like,
Nah,
has the relationship been any different in the villa versus outside the villa?
nah, I say outside the villa, it's a bit more better, like because it's officially got that true aspect of real to it. Like it's like when you're in there, you don't really question things, but it's like you still know where you are, and it's only until you come out and you're faced with actual real life challenges, where it's like you actually get to sit there and sort of see, okay, this is proper serious now, but since leaving the villa, it's been a lot better. It's been a lot better.
What do you attribute the success of the show? I gather it's worldwide. It's been on several seasons. What do you think people are identify with it? Is it that everyone's having sex together, or that everyone's finding couples so quickly and people don't have couples in reality? What do you think the hook is that people are so attracted to?
I think there's a good couple. I'd say the number one, the drama for sure. People love drama. Like it's entertaining to watch. Like it's fun to be a part of. But I know it's funny to watch. I think it's the aspect of like a lot of people who watch it probably also want to go on the show in some degree. And it's like you're putting yourself in those situations, thinking, oh, if I was in there, this is how I'd go about it. And that's what I used to do. And I think other than the drama, I think everyone loves a love story of some kind. So it's like it's got a good mixture of soppy, emotional, entertaining. Like it's just got a good mixture of everything. And I think that's why it's so.
Kimberly loves it.
No, yeah. I mean, I feel you're really getting to know these people because you're watching them 5-6 times a week, and like you actually see.
So you're on almost every day.
Yeah, I'm sure, like every day, and it's funny because even as you were saying, like you feel like people recognize you or know you. If I'm walking around, I'll have people come up to me and have like a full-blown chat with me because they've watched me for 2 months.
Right. Well, they feel part of your life. We have the same situation, and we're not as famous as you, but people come up to us all the time. They feel like they're living our lives with them, and I'm sure they do the same with you.
So I don't know, like geographically in the UK how it is, but how far do you and Molly live from each other?
I'll say about, I think it's like an hour and 30 minutes on the train. It's not bad. Distance isn't bad at all. Like I've spent a lot of time where she is. She was with me yesterday and today, and it's distance isn't a problem at all.
Yeah, that's actually not as crazy as I thought. I feel like on the show, people were making it seem like you were from 2 different universes. You
know what? I feel like it's just city boy and they've taken the city boy and the country girl aspect and then just put her down the other end of the UK. Like she's really not that far from.
It's like going to a suburb.
Yeah, exactly. Like
honestly, it's a nice calm drive.
Right. Yeah, right. It's not a big deal. Did you, when you went into the show, think that you were gonna find somebody, or what were you looking for at the time?
I think it's always you're a bit skeptical at the start because it's like you go through all of those emotions of, is anyone gonna like me? Am I gonna like anyone? Is this real? Like there's multiple things when you're going in there, and then it's like you start to build a connection, and then it's like there's those connections that you can just sort of get along with and go through the motions with, and then there's the real connections.
Right.
And it was very shocking for me to go through a real connection because I was quite fortunate in the sense of it's like I got my time to talk to everyone basically when I was in there. So like I spoke to near enough everyone, and it was like this is the first time I've spoken to someone in like my young adult life before Love Island as well, not just during, where it's like I could just this feels real. So I've seen that in there and in that environment, it's just it's unexplainable really. Like it's just a proper laugh when you really just think about it.
So it was easy to kind of stay true to yourself on the show. You didn't feel like confused about I don't know what was real and what wasn't?
Well, they made it real.
What do you mean?
Well, I think they made a real love story out of the show. I mean, he ended up with his girlfriend and he went through the trials of meeting other people, and she ended up
but when you have cameras on you, I don't know if it's hard to tell what your real emotions are, you know.
I don't know, do you after a while I think you ignore the cameras probably.
You know, you ignore them, you're always aware of them,
right? You know they're
definitely there. Ignore them, but it's like once you've been in there for a week, you adapt anyway,
right?
That's like this is where it is now. Like it's not a shock to you. Like when you're first there and you're seeing them, you're like, okay, this is weird. Right. But then once you just keep seeing them, you normalize the unnormal very quickly in those scenarios. And was it difficult for me to stay myself in it? You know, I'm one of those people where it's like, I'm like, Marmite, you either love me or you hate me, but like I'm more than comfortable being myself throughout anyway. So it's like what you saw with me is literally how I am. Mm-hmm. Like even if I was in a bit of a scenario I didn't really want to be in, I'm going about it however I feel like I should.
Zach, what did you do prior to going on the show? Did you have a career of some sort in the acting area, or were you in what area of expertise do you have?
Okay, so I was like straight before Love Island, I was personal training.
Okay.
And then before that, I spent like the last 10 years of my life through juniors and then played a bit of professional while I was playing basketball.
Oh, well, we love that in our family. My grandson loves basketball.
Nah, yeah. So,
but you're not doing it on a professional basis now.
No, I sort of stopped when the whole COVID came about because I had to move back home. The season sort of came to an end for a year. Right. And just like, okay, this year's carrying on. I still need to figure stuff out. Then we had it was just really complicated. Yeah. So I just thought, you know what, let me just try and do this.
Get some. Great.
Yeah,
but now do you want to continue in this arena now? Would you go on other reality shows, or is this something you want to continue, or maybe perhaps produce or work on?
No, 100%. I've got my ideas on a few things I'd like to like almost produce and take a part of as well. But there's definitely some shows I'd love to get onto, and but all for like testing yourselves, like testing what you're made of, like SAS, like them sort of shows. And it's like I feel like I do really good on that sort of stuff. Test their body, test the limits.
Okay.
But like I kind of want to get into the whole niche of like the younger community, men's mental health, all of that sort of stuff at the moment. That's where I'm sort of trying to pick my brains and educate myself in that field.
Yeah, I mean, I see that for you. I feel like you are very like likable on the show, and I mean, compared to all of the contestants were likable, but I feel like there are more people who are like controversial. Like, for example, Zach's best friend on the show, Mitch, like people called him Messy Mitch because he was getting into things. Like Zach was a little chiller, I would say, just watching. But how is Mitch? And do you talk to the other contestants still?
Yeah. I still talk to everyone. Mitch literally stayed at my house a couple of days ago. So I saw him the other day. I was out with the lads on, I think, Monday.
So what's it like when you guys all go out?
It's weird. Like it is weird. It's funny, but it's I'm a normal guy, and it's like I went on this show a normal guy. I've come out a normal guy, but the only difference is people know who I am now.
Yeah. Well, now you're a celebrity. You're no longer just a normal guy.
Of some sort. But it's a weird dynamic when you come out, and I'd say at the start it can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah,
because it's sure. Just such it's you're getting fast tracked into a lane. You're not really, you can't be prepared for that sort of stuff.
Is anybody, including yourself, like uncomfortable with it at all? Like they didn't really want the attention?
No, I say, you know, I think everyone who goes on Love Island understands that you're going to leave with attention, even if you're in there for a short amount of time. Right. But I just think I think when there's a few of us that when you do the journey, like a whole 2 months, there's coming out and it's like you get attention, and then you've been in there for 2 months sort of attention.
Right. Everybody
knows.
It's like,
yeah, I'm just in that boat of the whole 2 months attention vibe. So it's like it is fun coming out, and it's like getting to talk to everyone, and it's a really wholesome feeling. But like it's almost 24/7.
Yeah. When you're out with Molly, do people more go up to her or you, or it's together? Who gets more selfies? Ask.
I'd say it's pretty even. Like even if I'm out by myself, people come up to me as well and go, "Oh, where's Molly?"
Yeah.
But I know when she's out, people go up to her and go, "Oh, where's Zach?"
Yeah.
So it's like we are. I think though we're a lot more recognizable if she's with me though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm one of those people where it's like you look at me, but it's like you don't really know if it's me unless you really know it's me. Because it's like when you see me in real life, I'm a big 6'5",
Right.
My hair's probably a bit more fresher. So it's like there's things where it's like I might not look like myself, but if I'm with Molly, guarantee people are gonna know.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you had to pick in a non-shady way, which Islander is the most different off camera?
The most different off camera. I'd say, you know what? I think this is the first time where I can say no one was really that two-faced. Like I'd say
that was a
you
nice
had a couple,
experience then.
Yeah, like I like all the guys in there were proper themselves. I say Scott here and there came out with a few funny liners off camera.
Yeah.
But he was himself the whole way through as well, though. Like so, but I say Scott had a couple moments off camera that made all of us boys laugh.
Interesting.
So now you were the finalist, Zach. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a winner?
Yeah, Jess and Sammy were the winners. Okay. Do you talk to them ever? How are they doing with everything?
No, yeah, they're doing good. I think I'm seeing Sammy tomorrow.
Well, what do they win? What do they win? I don't understand.
I think it's $50,000.
Oh, okay, monetary.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they just win. It's just £50,000. It's all right. It's good little thing. It's good little prize for a 2-month holiday.
Exactly. And all of this attention and love from the public, and everything that comes.
They've become stars. I mean, as Zach has as well.
I loved them. I didn't know who was going to win though. Sometimes there's years where I'm like, oh, it's obviously going to be this couple. Like I didn't feel that way this year. What feedback have you heard, or like from your perspective, do you have any idea?
Yeah, I'd say if there was bets, I'd have won, because like I said the exact format of how this is gonna go, whilst all of us boys were getting our haircuts before it started.
Yeah.
So I sort of knew exactly how it was gonna go. But
why did you think that?
I just knew.
Okay.
I just knew. I feel like the last week of Love Island, it doesn't come down to like honest connections and what's gone on. I feel like it does become more of a popularity contest towards the end. So it's just like there's so many elements of it that go into it, and I feel like I just sort of knew that was the way this was gonna go.
Two outgoing personalities. Like Jess is such a lively person. Like people are gonna kind of be attached to that, and it's less thinking about like they're the most compatible couple and more like how fun are they? Like the kind of.
Well, they were the ones that I'm sure they were all wonderful.
Yeah.
But the public always has a favorite, and I gather do they vote online? I mean, how do they?
Yeah, you like text in your vote.
They texted.
Yeah. Although I can never do it because I'm here, so I'm not there. But I downloaded the VPN on my computer to make it that I'm in the UK when I watch. I'm a freak. So we can watch with everyone.
You're an addict.
Yeah. No, I'm an addict is the real answer. I've also been listening to some podcasts after the fact of Islanders going on and doing interviews. Some people do a million of them. Some people I've not even seen one or two. Who do you think has been the most active? I mean, I've seen Katie on a lot of them and saying shit about you too. That's a little controversial. How do you feel about all of that?
No, it's part of the show.
Yeah, it's just part of the show, innit? I didn't really take too much of it in while I was in there. So I haven't really taken any of it since I've been out. I'd say I haven't really looked around too much about who's been saying what. I think I know my boy Mitch has done a few podcasts.
Mm-hmm. You have to call Kim. She knows who's on the podcast, Zach.
Yeah, there you go. But other than that, I wouldn't really have a clue,
Yeah. I feel like also, who do you think has made the most of their platform so far and kind of branched out into social media or whatever it may be?
I'd probably say Molly's up there. She was quite lucky in the sense of she was doing this sort of stuff beforehand already. So it's just sort of boosted her platform, if that makes sense. But totally. other than that, I think I know Ty's getting into the music aspect, but I'm not really too sure about who's using it. It's still so fresh, so it's still a waiting game to sort of see. But I'd say just everyone's sort of just getting used to the real world at the moment right now. That's what we're all saying anyway. I know Locken's gone onto a cooking
Oh, really?
cooking sort of
Interesting.
thing on YouTube. Yeah, like he's doing his cooking. So I say he's going to use that.
Yeah.
They all have a different format. Like you're into fitness.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful, extension now for people to go their separate ways and really develop their careers.
Yeah. And
excellent.
And Zach's girlfriend, Molly, she is a great content creator and does like all the fashion lifestyle type stuff beforehand. And then now as well. Like, what is it like dating a full-time content creator? Because I am one, and I'm always thinking like, what are guys gonna think when that's like your full, like, what is your role with that?
My role is to just not get involved and help out. like this is your thing. Yeah, like this is your thing. This is what you do. I say sometimes it's funny because it's like I'm not the sort of person to take out my phone for anything. So it's like if whatever I'm doing, I'm not going to record it. But like I'll look to my left and I'll see her. She's recording this thing here.
That's Kimberly too.
I'm just like, I'm like, put it away, babe.
Exactly.
Put it away.
You guys are in the same boat.
That's
on that
correct.
one. Being
Put the phone down. I can't stand
But do you care if she films you, or like does she have to say like I'm gonna do this right now?
She
or
says it.
Yeah, or is it
she don't ask for no permission. If she wants me in it, I'm in it somehow, minding my business.
Right. That's so funny. How do you think Grandma Gail would have done on the show?
Oh my gosh, not well. I need a bunch of old guys in the bed. I can't go with Zach. They have about a 75-year-old. I can sort of go with it.
Nah, you'd have smashed it in there. Don't be silly.
Thank you, Zach.
Do you think that some of the contestants would have benefited from some of her dating advice?
100%. I think there was a lot of immature, silly arguments in there.
Yeah,
we could have done with your words of wisdom, Grandma.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
All
with you.
right. Next time, tell them to have me as a consultant. I can fly over in a second.
Oh, please, we needed you.
I love London and I love England. So anywhere that they want to film it, I'm ready.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk for a second about Grandma Gail's going to London in
the end of September.
Zach, any recommendations for her?
I'm going to go see Guys and Dolls. That's the one show I got tickets for because everybody's saying that
the West End.
That it's a wonderful production.
Yeah, I need to see more theatre. I'd say there is a lot of bars, especially around that sort of area. There's a couple nice ones.
He doesn't really go drinking.
No, I don't drinking, but I love Indian food.
I
love Indian food. Indian food is my favorite. So I think there was one wonderful one that I loved. I think we're going to go back to that's in Mayfair, and because we're staying in that area.
That'll be delicious. That'll be
delicious. And the drinks were fabulous.
Okay, good.
Weren't you with us?
Yeah.
No, was I with? I was with. They make wonderful drinks, mixed drinks.
I feel like then you already have a plan.
I have a plan.
Okay,
I have a plan. As long as it doesn't rain. Hopefully, it won't rain because I really love to walk around.
You know what? I'd say just have an umbrella with you.
I got an umbrella
just in case. Don't want to mess up that hair.
It's definitely in my suitcase.
And you packed and everything. Zach, what's like the fashion scene in London when you're walking around and stuff? Like, do you get inspired by street style or like what's the vibes?
You know, up like Central, you can definitely pick some inspiration for people. But I think towards end of September, it might start to get colder. I think London or England's a winter city because it's like you get to see everyone in their nice coats, their scarves.
Yeah.
With summer in England is hit or miss because it might be sunny for the first 20 minutes and then it's raining, then it could be snowing and then back to being sunny. So it's like it's too hit or miss. Winter, you know what you're gonna get. So you can dress for the cold, which is nice.
Exactly. I'm ready. I have a black coat, whatever it is, black pants and a black coat. Perfect. I'm ready, and my umbrella.
Sorted.
Okay, Zach, we'd love to end the episode with a game of Grandma Gail's old-fashioned dating quiz. So
I think this applies to him. They've already blown it on the show, but all right, ask them.
Yeah, we probably know the answers, but it's a few hypotheticals, and then we'll deem whether you're more of an old-fashioned guy or more of a modern guy.
Okay. I'll be upset if I'm a modern guy. I'll be upset.
I think you're a modern.
Really?
Guy.
I think you're going to be a modern.
I think you're going to be a modern guy.
Okay, the first one is, would you rather receive a call or a text from the person you're dating if it's just to say hi?
I'd rather I don't know what, just to say hello.
Yeah, just to be like, what's up?
You know, give me a call. Quick one.
Okay.
Give me a
One
quick
for
call.
grandma.
There we go.
Would you sleep with someone on the first date?
It depends on what sort of date. Usually I'd say no.
Okay.
Usually no.
Okay.
Dating apps or get set up by a friend?
Oh, that's a risky. Do I trust my friends? I don't like date. I don't like. You know what? I'm gonna have to go trust my friend on this one. You can put it blind date. I don't do dating.
I'm way ahead.
Okay. Would you move in together before getting engaged, or wait until you're engaged or married to live together?
You know, I'd move in before getting engaged. I would do.
Yeah, I agree.
Get the full picture before I commit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I need to see what I'm working with.
Totally. Well, you've lived with Molly already for 2 months. So you
I guess to some degree.
Who should pay for the date? Should it be one person in the relationship, or should you guys split, alternate?
I'd say, you know what? Sort of depends on who asked who out on the date.
Mhm.
I'd say usually I'd pay, but like every now and then you got to treat the man a little. Yes. I need to be spoiled as well, but I say a good 70-30, 70% the guy. Come on, babe. Go spoil me a little 30. Come on, babe.
Okay, you're more
He is a traditional dater. I love it.
Come on.
You redeemed yourself.
There we go.
Zach, thank you so much for joining us on Excuse My Grandma.
Thanks for having me.
Tell everybody how they can follow you.
I say my best handle is just Instagram. I say Zachariah_Noble 97, and that's probably the best sort of handle to get me right now. But I can't thank you so much for having me. This was an incredible one. Love talking to the both of you.
And remember to follow us. We're Excuse My Grandma on social media, and we will see you soon.